Welcome, everyone. This is Gloria Ramirez, for those of you who haven't met me yet. And I welcome everyone to this class and those who are going to be listening to the recording. Thank you so much for your interest in this type of classes and inspiration. Today, I am going to share 8 life-changing principles that can transform your life and that actually really have transformed my own life. My background, it's kind of like a roller coaster with a lot of wonderful experiences, but some of them not so wonderful. And many years ago, when I was going through my second divorce, I decided to seek help because my life was not exactly happy. And in the process of doing that, little by little, I found mentors, programs, workshops, different ways in which I was being helped. And little by little, my life started to change. And so one of the things that I always recommend for people is you don't have to do this alone. You can always ask for support, either with programs, classes, or with a coach, because that way you are able to also be accountable for your progress. So today I'm going to share these principles, and they are absolutely amazing, each one of them. I invite you to open up your heart and your mind to receive the messages. And I always use the word invitation because it's an invitation for you to try the concepts and the practices and then see how they can work in your life. And in my case, definitely I can really be confirm that they have worked in my life. So we are going to go ahead and move to the next slide, and I'm going to go ahead and only you're going to see only the slides, so that way it's a little more much easier. So let's go ahead and go with the next. This slide talks. The reason why I'm mentioning here Louise Hay is because these 8 principles basically come from her book, You Can Heal Your Life. And the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because basically I use that book a lot for coaching. When I do a program called 12 Steps to Mastery, the people who do the program with me, they are invited to read one chapter a week and then do a summary of the chapter. And then when we get together the next session, the person can share with me about a summary of the chapter. And it is absolutely amazing how her teachings really have transformed many lives and continue to do that. And Louise Hay, in her book, You Can Heal Your Life, says that self-approval and self-acceptance are the key to positive changes. This is a very big statement that is 100% correct. Self-approval and self-acceptance are the key to positive changes. It says when we really love ourselves, everything in our life works. And the 8 principles that I am going to share, they are all 100% her principles. However, as I said, I have definitely applied them in my life and at different moments and throughout the years. And the experience has been absolutely life transforming. And the reason is because the more we focus on really looking at the limiting paradigms in our minds, in our lives, and replacing them with positive thoughts, positive ideas, positive beliefs, then everything changes. And as she says here, everything in your life will work. So the first principle that she talks about here, she says, we are each responsible for all of our experiences. And sometimes people don't like to hear this at all, because people go straight into feeling guilty if their life experiences are not good. And actually, the main reason why it's important to accept this truth is not for you to put yourself down because you didn't know any better, but on the opposite, to forgive yourself first, and then to go ahead and realize that life is a journey, and the more you are willing to be responsible instead of playing victim, the better your life is going to go. So that's what she's inviting here. She's inviting us here to be responsible, and instead of blaming others and playing victim, because when we do that, then it's not possible for life to go well, because we are always going to find someone that we have to blame for, because we have that type of mentality. So the invitation is to remember that life is a journey of continuous learning. And as we embrace this learning, little by little, we are able to learn the lessons that we need to learn. And then we are able to change our lives. That's why it's so important. And I'd like to go ahead and for us to practice some affirmations today, the way that we practice the affirmations at Ananda. And that's the spiritual community where I live, is that we first do it in a kind of, loud, then a normal voice, then in a whisper, then in silence, and then focusing at the point between the eyebrows, which is the spiritual eye. So there is an affirmation for each one of these principles, and it's a good idea, if you are open to it, to just really try them, and I will guide you. I will guide you in every case to close your eyes. So right now, before you close your eyes, this is the affirmation for this number one principle, and is, I embrace each of my life experiences with joy and faith. I embrace each of my life experiences with joy and faith. So I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes for a moment and kind of take a deep breath and exhale, and then try to have your spine straight and totally connecting to like kind of focusing at the point between the eyebrows. And then let's go ahead and repeat the affirmation first out loud. I will say the affirmation and then you repeat it after me, and everyone is muted, so we are not going to have any interference. So let's do it first out loud. I embrace each of my life experiences with joy and faith. And then normal voice. I embrace each of my life experiences with joy and faith. Now in a whisper. I embrace each one of my life experiences with joy and faith. Then mentally, silently, I embrace each of my life experiences with joy and faith. And then you go ahead and focus at the point between the eyebrows, kind of becoming one with the affirmation. I embrace each one of my life experiences with joy and faith. And just feel how you have embraced this affirmation, and you know that you are capable of embracing each one of your life experiences with joy and faith. So now go ahead and take a deep breath, exhale, and then you can open your eyes. And the statement number 2 that Louise Hay shares in her book says, every thought we think is creating our future. The point of power is always in the present moment. And this is also very, very big message for us. No, I'm going to repeat it again. Every thought we think is creating our future. The point of power is always in the present moment. And so this really tells us clearly that we must be careful about the thoughts that we accept in our minds, because they are shaping our reality. So it is very important that we stay in the present moment, meaning that we observe ourselves and we pay attention to what we are thinking. And the easiest way to really monitor our thoughts is not so much about thinking about exactly each thought that we're thinking, but how we are feeling. If we are feeling happy, positive, uplifted, then definitely we will be having positive thoughts. So very important, it is imperative that we stay fully present in the present moment and maintain a keen awareness of what it is that we are manifesting. Very, very important. Present, being in the point of power is always in the present moment, means that at this moment, depending on the thoughts that I am accepting in my mind, I am creating my future. So that's why I have to be so aware of the present moment. And let's say that I am thinking thoughts that are negative. At that moment, you immediately can say delete, and then change it to a positive thought. For example, creating an affirmation. So you will be able to become aware of what is happening, and then be willing to change anything in your mind that is negative. You might think that is difficult, but it's not. It's just a matter of you being responsible for what you are creating moment to moment. And please do not put yourself down. Please do not criticize yourself. You have to just forgive yourself and continue to move forward, to be aware of the fact that the point of power is always in the present moment. And at that moment, if you are entertaining positive thoughts, you are going to create a future that you are going to like. This is so simple, but sometimes it's a little difficult to understand and to apply in our lives. So right now, the best way to apply it in our lives is by repeating an affirmation that I have created. And the affirmation says, I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. That's clear and to the point. So I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale. Do your best to keep your spine straight. And we are going to repeat this affirmation first in a loud voice. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. Now we are going to repeat this affirmation in a normal voice. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. Then we're going to repeat the affirmation in a whisper. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. Then mentally only. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. And then focusing at the point between the eyebrows, becoming one with the affirmation. I am creating a great future with my present positive thoughts. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale. And then you can open your eyes. And then I will send the recording to anyone who has signed up for the class today and that has come to the class too. And then if you can go ahead and come back here and listen to the affirmations again, and you can pause and do it a little longer. I cannot do it that longer because it's going to be really. I'm sorry. I meant to say it's going to be important to really review the affirmations and repeat them as many times as possible. Okay, so now let's go ahead to go to the principle number 3. Louise Hay says that everyone suffers from self-hatred and guilt. This is a strong affirmation. This is a strong statement, no doubt about it. However, she's quite right about this. Because I have been doing coaching for 23 years. And one of the things that I observe in many cases is that people feel they don't love themselves, don't accept themselves. And obviously there is a lot of guilt too, because of the mistakes that maybe they have made. So it's a very strong statement, but unfortunately it's truth. The good news is that we can change it. And a lot of times you say, oh no, I don't hate myself. Well, when we don't eat properly, it's not love. When we don't follow a spiritual path that helps us to have a deeper connection with God, that's not self-love really. When we criticize or gossip, that's not self-love and love for others either. So we do have these behaviors a lot of times that are against ourselves. So this is an opportunity for us to transform our lives. If there is if we have any complaints about ourselves. So Louise Hay says that instead of rejecting ourselves, it is essential to examine the areas that require nurturing and care and be ready to take necessary steps towards the change. For example, let's say that you have been criticizing yourself for a while, and then you do it mentally, or you do it when you talk to others. Well, this is you can do a self-examination and say, this is not really nice for me to put myself down. God would never put me down, and I have to change this behavior. So you start taking the necessary steps towards change. You just say, okay, I commit to not judging myself from now on. Now you're probably going to say, well, and then how can I make changes? Well, judging yourself is totally separate from making changes. To be able to making changes, you never ever have to judge yourself first. You just say, well, I had a learning experience, as my teacher used to teach me, that instead of calling those mistakes, she used to call them learning experiences. So you don't have to put yourself down in order for you to correct the behavior. You just say, yeah, I recognize that I had a learning experience, but I love myself anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and have a better behavior next time. So you see, that's why it's so important to take the necessary steps to make changes. Louise says that true transformation originates from within. And she says that, unfortunately, in many cases, what people believe is that I'm not good enough. That she says that's the bottom line for everyone. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough at this. I'm not good enough at that. So constantly complaining about yourself. And the thing with that is that, unfortunately, the more we complain about ourselves, the more we are going to attract experiences that are going to definitely push us to complain about ourselves. But if we start affirming that, this is the affirmation that I like to share with you. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. You see how beautiful and how different? So no self-hatred, no guilt. I forgive myself. Why? Because that's the right thing to do. As a matter of fact, you remember probably what Jesus said, forget 70 times 7, meaning forgive all the time. That's really for me what it means. So I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Yes, I have probably had a learning experience or a mistake, but it doesn't don't identify with your mistakes. Just observe them and say, okay, I had a learning experience. I'm gonna go ahead and get up and forgive myself, and then see what it is that I need to do to change my future. And then you start working towards the new behavior. And so let's go ahead and affirm this. I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale. Make sure your spine is straight and your eyes are closed, and you are looking through the eyebrows, like looking into a mountaintop in the distance. And we are going to repeat this affirmation first out loud. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Now regular voice. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Now in a whisper. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Now mentally. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. And now, focusing at the point between the eyebrows, feeling in oneness with that affirmation. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Then go ahead and take a deep breath and then exhale. Beautiful. Now you can go ahead and open up your eyes. The principle number 4 that Louise Hay talks about, she says, it is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Oh, what a relief, my friends. If I, in the past, had the tendency to have negative thoughts, okay, I forgive myself. I am innocent because I am a child of God. Now I'm going to go ahead and pay attention to the now, the present time, to be aware, to see if I keep focusing on positive thoughts. So you see how wonderful that is? So this is a very important reminder that if we have accepted negative thoughts about ourselves, we can always change them and replace them with positive, uplifting thoughts. This is a wonderful thing. So it's okay if you have had negative thoughts in the past, not a problem. I forgive myself. I am innocent because I'm a child of God. And then what am I going to do from now on? From now on, I am going to go ahead and change any negative thought to a positive one. And that is because I have that power to change it. And then you can then go ahead and repeat, affirm. I am so happy and grateful now that I am able to focus only on positive thoughts. Can you imagine if you say that all day long or as soon as you get up in the morning? Oh, that is wonderful. You are going to set up an intention for the day. And then life is going to start bringing you wonderful experiences. Why? Because you are consciously, intentionally focusing on positive thoughts. So let's go ahead and repeat this affirmation the same way we have done the others. You close your eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale. And let's go ahead and sit with our spine straight and affirm. I am so happy and grateful now that I am able to focus only on positive thoughts. Now, in a normal voice, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm able to focus only on positive thoughts. Now let's go ahead and repeat this affirmation in a whisper. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am able to focus only on positive thoughts. And now, focusing on the point between the eyebrows with the intention of becoming one with this beautiful affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now that I am able to focus only on positive thoughts. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Exhale, and you can open up your eyes. So you see how beautiful Louise Hay with these principles is inviting us to take the high road, the road of creating our reality by becoming conscious of our thoughts. That's the main message. Now, number 5, she says, we create every so-called illness in our body. Wow, this one can be challenging for some people to accept. And my invitation is to just be open and receptive to the message behind this principle. And she says, limiting beliefs and ideas are often the cause of illness. By allowing negative thoughts to occupy our minds, they gradually infiltrate our entire being, causing various issues within our internal cells. This emphasizes the crucial need to remain vigilant and prioritize focusing on positive thoughts. You can change your thinking and improve the quality of your life. Dear friends, obviously, if you have a health condition, you let the doctor help you and guide you and all of that. But in the meantime, make sure that you work with your mind. Very, very important. This is an area where I have been very committed since childhood, for real, of being positive about my mind, about my body, a healthy body. And as a result, I am a very healthy person. But I'm very, very committed to being positive when it comes to this topic. So therefore, I invite you to continue to, yes, if you need to maybe take some medicine or whatever, I understand. But at the same time, go ahead and help your body, help your cells by really affirming health. For example, one thing that has helped me tremendously throughout the years is that every day I do affirm that my body is healthy while I am taking a shower. And it's so amazing how how well it works. It's just very, very beautiful because my body responds to affirming that my body is healthy. So when I take a shower and I put soap on my different areas of my life, of my body, then I just affirm and I say, thank you, God, for my perfect, my perfect fingers. Thank you, God, for my shoulders in perfect condition. Thank you, God, for my eyes in perfect condition. Thank you for my legs in perfect condition. And I do this every single day, and I have been doing this for a long time. And the result is a really very, very healthy body. So that's my recommendation. And here is a wonderful affirmation about affirming a healthy body. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. This is a strong affirmation, isn't it, dear friends? So let's go ahead and repeat it together. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath and exhale. And let's go ahead and position yourself with your spine straight, and then just repeat with me out loud. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. Normal voice. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. Now in a whisper, I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. And now focusing on the point between the eyebrows and mentally. I am well. I am strong. I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. And then just feeling in oneness with this affirmation, embodying this affirmation. I am well, I am strong, I am a flowing river of boundless power and energy. And now go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale. Very good. So now let's say that you are doubting and you say, well, but I don't feel that well. You can go ahead and add a little word to affirmations saying, for example, I am willing to believe that I am well. I am willing to believe that I am strong. Because the reason why, if you use these exact words that you have here, that's exactly the state of your soul. Your soul is well, your soul is strong, and your soul is a flowing river of boundless power and energy. So you are not lying. But if you need a little help, you can say, I'm willing to believe that. And then you go ahead and say the affirmation, okay? We're going to go ahead and go to the next principle from Louise Hay. She says, resentment, criticism, and guilt are the most damaging patterns. We know these, right? We have heard this forever. So why don't we do something about it when the resentment is there, when the criticism is there, when the guilt is there? Well, the reason why probably we don't do anything about it is because we allow our ego to control us. And we allow our ego to find reasons why we should not do it. The thing is this, in the Bible, it says we should follow one master, not two. Ego would be the following the second master. The only master to follow is God, or whatever you call that, a higher presence, and follow his universal laws, universal principles, and which in all religions is love. If we were going to summarize, we know that that love is the answer. So Louise says that engaging in resentment brings no positive outcomes, as it only inflicts harm upon our physical well-being, emotional state, and overall life. And Louise Hay says also, releasing resentment will dissolve even cancer. And we must release the past and forgive everyone. And this is the story of my own twin brother, that he had a tumor and it was cancer. And he had a miracle with the Holy Spirit. And we did not only a healing session, but also we did a wonderful family process where everyone was willing to forgive each other. And it was an amazing experience that healed him 100%. So yes, she also, Louise Hay, if you read her story at the end of her book, You Can Heal Your Life, she talks about how she was healed of cancer. She herself healed herself of cancer, obviously with the guidance of God. So resentment and criticism must be eradicated from our lives, because otherwise they can really create very serious problems in our bodies. That is not a threat, but that's the reality. So that's, if you don't know how to, how to do a process of let go of resentment or change criticism to acceptance and change guilt to feeling free, you let me know, and I'll be happy to help you with in a coaching session or a series of sessions. But you don't have to do this alone. The most important thing is to do it. It's very, very important to do this and to do it as soon as we feel that that there is some kind of resentment or criticism either towards ourselves or towards others. So here is an affirmation that I invite you to repeat with me. It says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. That's exactly what happens. You just totally feel free. Yes, they probably did awful things to you. Yes, of course. Believe me, I had a stepmother that was cruel, very cruel, but I still was guided to forgive her. And that was the best gift that I could have given myself. So we do have the responsibility to forgive. So let's go ahead and close your eyes, focus at the point between the eyebrows, and then make sure that your spine is straight. Take a deep breath and exhale. And then let's go ahead and repeat this out loud first. I am so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. Now in a normal voice. I am so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. Then in a whisper, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. And now mentally, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. And now let's go ahead and affirm it, focusing at the point between the eyebrows, becoming one with the affirmation. I am so happy and grateful now that I have forgiven myself and others. I am free. Thank you, God. This is so beautiful. Okay, go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale. The next principle is we must be willing to begin to learn to love ourselves. Wow, that's a very big one. Very, very big one. And sometimes we say to ourselves, oh, but I love myself. Well, dear friends, we have to be very honest and very humble, because we really don't love ourselves when we put ourselves down, when we criticize ourselves, when we criticize others, because we are creating karma that is not positive for us. When we criticize others, someone is going to, in the future, criticize us, because it's the law of cause and effect. So when we don't treat our bodies with love, we don't get good sleep, we don't do exercise, we don't eat well, that's not loving ourselves. So we have a lot of opportunities to keep loving ourselves, learning to love ourselves. And Louise Hay says, this is the most important attitude that we must cultivate. Love and accept ourselves. Our choice in this matter has the power to shape our existence, either leading to a life filled with hardships or a life filled with happiness. Dear friends, this is the truth, that if we really do not commit to love ourselves, we are going to have a difficult life. Why? Because we're going to attract people that are going to be tough with us, they are going to hurt us, only because we don't love and respect ourselves. So when we truly learn to embrace self-love, we are able to unlock the ability to accept ourselves and others unconditionally. It is so amazing. Louise Hay says, self-approval and self-acceptance in the now are the keys to positive changes. So yes, It's right now, not tomorrow when something happens or someone is able to do something positive for me. No, it's right now that we are being invited to love and accept ourselves, and do not postpone it. Be willing to really work with ways to do it, like affirmations, meditation, prayer, listening to positive, uplifting music and uplifting inspirations. So many, many wonderful ways to really help ourselves to learn to love ourselves. And the affirmation here, it says, I love and accept myself as a child of God. What can be more powerful, dear friends? God is not confused about who you are. God is not taking inventory of the mistakes or learning experiences that you have made. God is only interested in helping you to love and accept yourself as his child. He's constantly inviting you to see yourself exactly the same way he sees you. And God never identifies us with our mistakes. This is very important for us to make it clear that our mistakes are mistakes, and we can observe them and we can make changes, but never identify yourself with the mistake. You are not the mistake. You are a child of God. You have been made in his image and likeness. So let's go ahead and close our eyes, take a deep breath, and exhale, and then go ahead and focus at the point between the eyebrows with your eye closed and your spine straight, and repeat out loud first, I love and accept myself as a child of God. Then in a normal voice, I love and accept myself as a child of God. Then in a whisper, I love and accept myself as a child of God. Then mentally, I love and accept myself as a child of God. And then focusing at the point between the eyebrows, becoming one with this affirmation, I love and accept myself as a child of God. Thank you, God. Go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale. Then the last principle that Louise Hay talks about, she says, at the root of most of our issues is the fundamental belief that I'm not good enough and the lack of self-love. And this is definitely, dear friends, something that we have to take a look and be willing to change any beliefs like this, that I'm not good enough. God never, ever says to you, you are not good enough. You have made mistakes or you have had learning experiences. Yes, all of us have, but it doesn't give you the right to believe and to affirm and to go to thinking that you are not good enough. No, not at all. Nothing gives us the right to say that to ourselves. So we must be strong about this. Louise says, for example, the underlying belief of financial disaster is often, I am not worthy of having money. So a lot of times when we have challenges with money, with financial stability, is because there is an underlying false belief that we don't deserve, that we don't not worthy of having money, and that is the underlying belief is I'm not good enough. She also says, and another underlying belief is of not having friends, and that is connected usually to the idea that nobody loves me. So I don't have friends because nobody loves me, because I'm not good enough. So we gotta eradicate from our consciousness all those false beliefs, because as children of God, we are already loving and beloved, both. She also says, for example, another way, a tendency is to please other, pleasing other comes probably from the belief that I never get my way, meaning that I have to constantly please others, or fear of not being accepted, fear of not being approved. So therefore, I am thinking the underlying belief is I'm not good enough. This is a very, very big topic, dear friends, and we somehow have to, with the help of God, work on these false beliefs, because otherwise, as she said at the very beginning, when there is not self-love, we are not going to manifest a life that is happy and prosperous, because we have this false underlying belief that I'm not good enough. So I invite you to, if you feel that there are any areas where you are thinking I'm not good enough about this or about that, to go ahead and work on them, because fortunately, any negative thought can be changed to a positive thought. So the affirmation here that I like to invite you to repeat is, I am good enough because I am a child of God. Obviously, I am a good enough, and I don't ever identify with my mistakes. I'm not my mistakes. I am a child of God that is not gonna ever change. So let's go ahead and repeat it by closing your eyes first, focusing at the point between the eyebrows. Your eyesight is elevated, and then your spine is straight, and then go ahead and take a deep breath, and then exhale. And let's go ahead and repeat it first out loud. I am good enough because I am a child of God. And then a normal voice. I am good enough because I am a child of God. Then in a whisper, I am good enough because I'm a child of God. And then mentally, I am good enough because I am a child of God. And then let's go ahead and repeat it, focusing at the point between the eyebrows and becoming one. Feel, see God smiling at you because you are repeating such an amazing affirmation. I am good enough because I'm a child of God. Yes, God, I am good enough because I am your child. Thank you, God, creating me. Go ahead and take a deep breath, and then exhale and open up your eyes. So with these principles, I invite you to really take action and embrace this opportunity to implement at least one of these principles from Louise Hay's message. You can obviously, most of you probably already have the book. You can hear you live. Otherwise, you can buy the book, and the book is going to explain in each chapter how to get there, to really practice these principles. But what is important is to really eliminate all barriers to self-love. And the more you learn to love yourself and accept yourself, then you are going to love and accept others. That has been exactly my experience. 100% my experience is to learning to love myself. It's just been an amazing, really, how can I say, miracle of how I have opened up my heart to love others, only because I have been learning to love myself. So now we are going to go into the next, and it says, I'm sorry, I wanted to share with you that I offer coaching, either single sessions, or this program called 12 Steps to Mastery, which is my signature coaching program, and it totally transforms people's lives, and as they are able to go step by step, do the assignments. I have lots of how can I say, testimonials about this program. You can go to gloriaramirez.com, 12 Steps to Mastery, and read about it. And then also under Gloria and under my background, you can read the testimonials. It's an amazing program that I have been doing for 23 years. And that's where I see the miracles. People are able to release the false beliefs about themselves, including guilt and self-hatred and negativity and I'm not good enough and everything that we have been talking about here today. So very, very important to find ways in which you keep moving forward and then make progress. And in most cases, you can definitely accomplish that with a coach. That has been my own experience, okay? And so the first Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have my class, and then I always send a message in advance to let you know, and you are welcome to invite anyone who you like to invite. And the next class is Thursday, December the 7th, and that's going to be a very beautiful class. What's in your garden? It's an amazing, amazing message. I'm not, kind of, I'm coming not from a space of arrogance. I wrote the article, but when I did, or the blog, I was like, wow, this is very beautiful message. So you can go ahead and come back or register. Today, when I send the recording, I will send the link to register for this class. And then if you feel that you have been inspired by this class, consider making a contribution. And all you have to do is just go to gloriaramirez.com/giving. Remember that it's always a flow, the giving and receiving. When you give, you receive, and it's an exchange of energy. So that's the reason why I offer this opportunity to offer a contribution. And then I thank you for your presence, for your willingness to receive inspiration. And now we are going to go into the session of questions and answers. In case you have any questions, any answers, or any doubts or anything, this would be the perfect opportunity. So let's go ahead and go there.